gonna go to part 2 from my purple belt days. So, purple belt. All right. So purple belt was different. That I trained a lot more. I competed more. I think at purple belt I was training about 6 days a week, sometimes 2 or 3 times a day, and I was averaging private lessons 5 times a week. I was taking private lessons a lot with different black belts, and I competed more locally and with the IBJJF competitions on the mainland and in Japan. Purple belt, I think, was my most competitive belt. You know, I really wanted to win, so I competed more, I trained more with black belts. I still was getting wrecked by black belts, but I developed a better defense, a better escaping, and a better mindset. The mindset of I'm not gonna quit, don't give up, really fight. And every round to me was like competition round. I was really into scoring points and thinking about strategy and getting the most out of my training. That's what I did at purple belt. Yeah, like I said, I trained locally. I trained fight to win, Pans, Asia, Masters. Yeah, that purple belt phase was where I think I went the hardest for myself to try to win. That was my mindset at purple belt. Okay, so moving on to brown belt. Okay, at the year 2020, we had the pandemic, we had COVID, and my school closed down. So what had happened back in 2020, I didn't have a school because of COVID. We trained here in my house, and I invited 3 or 4 of my friends, and every week, about 3 times a week, we would row and train in my house. So that went on for almost a year, where we just trained in my house, because everywhere else, all the gyms and schools were shut down. Okay, later in that year, I was already taking a lot of private lessons from Professor Clark Gracie and seminars, and visiting him, and he would visit me, and just a ton of private lessons with him. He decided that he would allow me to join Gracie Allegiance, which I did, and later that year he promoted me to brown belt. So I was brown belt in 2020 under Professor Clark Gracie. I went up to San Diego, like I did a camp there, and he put me through some not really hard, but training under his guidance in the setting where I was with other black belts, just a regular class and privates for about a week. And I was lucky to get promoted by him. And then I was able, under Gracie Allegiance, to open my own school. So at brown belt, my main focus was opening the school, becoming a better instructor, teaching my students, and bringing up brand new people. So that went on for about 2 to 3 years. And during that time, I also wanted to do an instructional on BJJ Fanatics, which they accepted, and I was able to get my instructional published under BJJ Fanatics. I made a Python back triangle, which is on sale and been selling for several years now. And that project I worked on for about 4 or 5 years prior to figure out a system, how to teach it, and then also to get other people to learn it and apply it when they row. So that was a good project for me to focus on, and I kind of checked it off my list. That was fun to do. And I also put up some videos on it here and there. Once in a while I'll show it, but the details are in my instructional. If you follow the instructional, you can do it too if you practice enough. There's a lot of small details that's in the instructional that people really love to see, because you won't see them when you watch a video. You don't see all the little details that they're doing to get it done. Okay, so at brown belt, I also got third at Master Worlds. So brown belt was 90% getting my school up and running, and yeah, that was my brown belt journey. So see, around 2022, Professor Clark promoted me to black belt, and at black belt I was still teaching, still helping students, running my school. The first year I competed at Master Worlds as a black belt. That was pretty eye-opening to fight guys at black belt, because they're way better at black belt. The talent is super deep, which I found out. I also competed a couple Nagas at black belt, and that was also a learning experience. I lost a lot. I learned a lot at black belt. So the last one I did was this year. I did Submission Battleground 2. I lost that fight also. Was at the Hawaii Convention Center. So as a black belt, I have about four official tournaments under my belt, and that was again eye-opening to feel the black belt level, which is amazing. Super good guys. Everyone is dangerous, and yeah, I just like the challenge, and I just learned a lot from losing, and then I end up fixing my game and teaching my students. Okay, and so now we're in 2025, and I've been a black belt over 2 years now. I just want to keep helping people. I'm focusing on teaching private lessons and helping my friends that come. They come once a week. We do open mat, we roll, and it's more of a casual training, especially now that I don't have pressure as I used to before, and I'm not forced to hunt and market, for new people. I don't need it right now. I have a permanent full-time job, so teaching on the side is extra. I don't feel any stress. If you want to come and pay me, I'll help you, but I don't care if people quit, because they're gonna naturally quit anyway. It's something that I had to accept as a owner, that people come and go, and that's the natural filtering in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. 90% will never make it to blue belt, and I found that true seeing my students come and go. And even once they make blue belt, most of them stop training too. They put that as a goal, which is cool if they made blue belt, but most of the blue belts, they end up quitting also. So now that I'm just training on the side, more for fun, it's a lot better for me to relax and just enjoy whoever comes and shows up, and roll for fun. I'm not focused on competing anymore. Kind of retired from competing, semi. But maybe one day I'll compete again, but that's not a priority of mine anymore. My priority is helping my students that take private lessons, what they want to improve on, I help them improve, and having my friends come roll. As long as everybody's having fun, we all good. So I'm enjoying Jiu-Jitsu more. I look at it from 17 years in this art, where I'm just happy that I can put on the gi, I can still roll. I'm not permanently injured. I had a lot of injuries coming through, but I can still walk, I can still function normally, and I'm just grateful that I came out alive and 99% normal. I have aches and pains, but I'm not wobbling around, I'm not like limping. So I think the bottom line in Jiu-Jitsu is you gotta train with the mindset of just be consistent week after week. Don't rush it like I tried. Train smart. Don't get injured. And just keep training. Because my first instructor said, he said this 17 years ago, he said, it's not the best guy that makes it, it's the guy who is still around and lasts the longest that makes it, right? So I would agree now. I would agree. I would say, yeah, there's gonna be a lot of talented, hungry people that train hard for 3-4 months. They come every day and they want to roll, but they die out. They always fade out and they never come back, right? But if you can just be that nice, humble student and just learn and train every week and not worry about topping and just keep learning and keep training and keep learning, keep training. As you build up year after year, you're going to get good. And if you last long enough, you're going to get promoted. You're going to eventually get your blue belt, and then you're going to get your purple belt. If you never quit, you just keep training. And in 10 years, you could be a black belt. But the main thing people always ask me is, how do I do it? And it's simple. Just train consistently. Don't go too hard. Don't be crazy. Learn slowly and go and believe in the process, but go slowly. You just want to keep chipping at it week after week, 2-3 times a week, steady. If you can make it 1 year, that's great. You're doing better than 50%. If you make it to 2 years, you're awesome. You should be at a blue belt. That's better than 90% who started. Okay, it's not who's the best in the room. It's really who's left. It's who's still training. Because after 4 years, and I look around, who's left? There's nobody who's still training with me right now. I've promoted people blue belt, purple belt. And where are they now? They're not training. They're not here. You know, I've invited my former students to come roll, to come train. They don't come. It's free. They're not here. You know, 2-3 years later, you don't hear from them. So that's what I learned after 17 years of training, guys. It's not that hard. Just keep it in perspective, and you're just gonna come to learn, train, and be safe every week. Just keep training. Don't worry about topping, and don't think you're gonna be the best, because that mentality, you won't be satisfied and you're gonna get frustrated. I was a white belt thinking I'm gonna be the best, and I wasn't. I got smashed by everybody. Okay, go in a tournament. Oh, okay, I get killed at the tournaments. Lose every match. For years, just keep losing. Okay, I told myself, why don't I look at it from a different perspective? I'm not gonna win every tournament. Why don't I just work on being better than what I used to be? Okay, fix your mistakes and try to win one match. Let's start with that. Okay, start with little goals and work your way up. And you'll get better. Okay, that's the simplicity of Jiu-Jitsu. It'll remind you that if you think too far ahead and you have ambitions of being a black belt world champion and you just started, that ain't gonna work. You're gonna get injured and you're gonna quit. Set small little goals, especially for beginners. Your first goal should be not to get submitted as much as you were last week. If you're getting tapped 6 times a round, work on getting tapped less. Every week, think, oh, I only got tapped 3 times. Last week I got tapped 5 times a round. Okay, that's good. Keep working on your defense. Sooner or later, you're gonna get, oh, I got tapped once per round. To me, that's a victory that you're progressing. You should work on that and keep that mentality. And once you're able to do a round without getting submitted, then you can think about submitting them. Then you work on your offense. That's the whole process. Is you have to work on that one mistake and improve, fix it, and then you can work on the next mistake. It's one move at a time, work on it, and it's one day at a time, improve. And then week by week, you're gonna get better. And then within a year, your improvement is gonna be that much in 1 year, okay? But day by day, you're only gonna improve like super tiny bit if you come every week. But over time, your improvement is gonna be huge over time. After 1 year, after 2 years, after 3 years, after 10 years, you're gonna be a whole different person. And that's what I learned from Jiu-Jitsu, and I'm trying to teach you guys that. 17 years, that's the biggest improvement I did, was focus on the details and improve little by little. Okay, don't shoot for the stars. Shoot for goals that you can accomplish. And first of all, look at your little mistake that's obvious. If you don't have a guard and you're getting smashed, then work on your guard. Work on your defense. Things like that will take you a long way, and it'll make your training a lot more pleasurable, and you won't be miserable every time you leave class. Okay. Well, again, thank you guys if you guys watching. Thank you guys again for supporting me. Really appreciate the YouTube people who's been watching and supporting me. I really want more subscribers, so please share, like, subscribe, and I have a lot more videos coming out. And if you have any requests, on my bio, my profile, have my contact, email, phone number. Don't hesitate to shoot me a message. If it's a technique I'm thinking or I'm working on, I might end up showing it on YouTube. You never know. But if you want a specific technique that you want to fix, or a specific technique that you want better, I could do it. You send me a Venmo of $30 and I could give you an instructional, 10-minute instructional on that particular technique, and it'd be a private video for you, and I could send it to you if you want. $30, pretty cheap. Several people have requested and they've been happy with the videos I've been sending them. So that's something I do on the side. But if you're in Honolulu, I have private lessons, you can hit me up. My normal rate, email me. I do 30 minutes and I do 1 hour, and I also do packages of 10 if you want private lessons. Message me about anything, and I'll be here on YouTube focused on the next video. Thank you guys.